It's 5 a.m. The world is still dark, but your alarm has already gone off. You drive yourself out of bed, rubbing your eyes, and immediately the weight of the day hits you. Another day of the same grind. Another day of fighting the never-ending battle of to-do list, emails, and deadlines. You know the feeling is that overwhelming sense of being stuck in a cycle that's hard to break. And with every passing year, it feels like it's only getting harder. Have you ever had that moment where you're sitting at your desk, your coffee cup in hand, looking at the screen and thinking, is this all there is? You scroll through social media, seeing people on vacation, working from beaches, and living a life on their own terms. You've always dreamed of being one of them, free from the chains of 9-to-5 job, and that's when it hits you: passive income. The golden ticket to freedom, to having a business that works for you instead of the other way around. But the question lingers in the back of your mind. Can I really do this? Is it possible to build something that generates income while I sleep? You've heard the stories, the ones where people talk about making money while they're on vacation or waking up to find their bank accounts a little fuller. It sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But deep down, you can't help but wonder if there's some truth to it. Hey there, I'm Oscar, and today we are diving deep into the world of passive income. Is it real, or is it just a dream? Stick with me and let's find out together. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss anything. Let's get started. But before we talk about whether passive income is a reality, let's take a step back and talk about why I'm even bringing this up. Why is it important to me, and how does it relate to you? Let me take you back to the 2018. That was the year I first dipped my toes into YouTube. And it wasn't just a random decision. It was a passion project. I started with my first channel on beekeeping, a hobby of mine. For years, I had been documenting everything. Shared tips on hive management, colony care, and everything in between. My YouTube channel was a passion project, something I poured my heart and soul into. The dream was simple: build an audience, share my knowledge, and eventually make money while doing what I loved. Sounds perfect, right? I dove in head first. I made content that I thought was valuable and engaging with my audience, and I poured endless hours into making my videos look and feel just right. But time passed, and the results weren't coming as I had accepted. Sure, I gained subscribers, but not nearly as fast as I imagined. Views were coming in, but they weren't bringing in the revenue I was hoping for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't frustrated. Every morning I checked my analytics, hoping for a spike in views or subscribers. Instead, I got the same numbers. It wasn't just the lack of income that bothered me, it was the time. I had invested so much time, effort, and energy into creating content, yet the returns didn't reflect that. It started to feel like all the work was in vain. It was as if I was working tirelessly, but the passive income dream remained just that, a dream. Fast forward 4 years of hard work, content creation, and audience growth, and I still wasn't seeing any passive income. Not a cent. I started to wonder if I was doing something wrong. I thought, is this the way it's supposed to work? I started questioning everything. Maybe I wasn't cut out for this. Maybe I had misunderstood the whole concept of passive income. I mean, I had read the blogs, followed the gurus, and believed that if I just keep creating content, everything would eventually pay off. But the reality was harsh. The dream of sitting back and watching the money come in felt far from reach. I thought about quitting. I thought about giving up on the idea of ever having a business that allowed me to work less and earn more. I had sunk so much time and effort into this, and yet I wasn't seeing any returns. It felt like a failure, but just when I was about to throw in the towel, I had a moment of clarity. Then one day, while sitting in my studio preparing for yet another video, I had a realization that completely changed my perspective. I thought to myself, what if I've been looking at this all wrong? And in that moment, I made a huge decision. I deleted both of my beekeeping channels and set out to rethink everything. I dove deep into courses, videos, and seminars, learning everything I could about building a real online business. I learned how to edit videos better, how to invest in the right equipment, and how to refine my content. I even went back to school to improve my English so I could reach a wider audience. And that's how I ended up right here in this studio talking to you. It wasn't about doing everything on my own. I needed to rethink my approach. Passive income didn't mean doing nothing. It meant setting up systems that would allow money to flow in, even when I wasn't working. I had misunderstood the concept of passive income. It wasn't about sitting back and doing nothing. It was about creating something that could run on its own with a minimal input from me once it was up and running. That's when I started to shift my mindset. I began reading more deeply about system thinking, learning how successful entrepreneurs were building businesses that work for them, even when they weren't actively involved. I started to realize that passive income was not a one-size-fits-all solution. The key was in automation, setting up systems that required minimal effort to maintain and allowed the income to flow in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notification so you don't miss anything. Thank you. But now you may be wondering, after almost 8 years of learning, trial and error, am I still chasing passive income? Do I still believe it's possible? Or have I already made it? Am I living the dream? The more I learned, the more I realized that I had to build a framework. I couldn't just focus on content creation. I needed a strategy that incorporated not just videos, but automated systems, sales funnels, email marketing, and audience engagement. I started mapping out how I could make my business run more efficiently. Instead of relying solely on YouTube ads, I explored affiliate marketing, online courses, and digital products. It was about creating something that could generate income passively. even when I wasn't working on it directly. Well, let's take a moment to see what I've learned. First of all, you might have noticed English isn't my native language. It's actually my third language. I am a Hungarian, fluent in Romanian, and I've been working hard to improve my English, so I can connect with a global audience. Why is this important? Because it gives me access to more knowledge, it helps me connect with more people, and in a way it's how this channel come to life. So let's cut the chase. Is YouTube or building an online business really the key of passive income? Well, yes and no. Here's the thing. 100% passive income doesn't exist, but here is the kicker. 90 to 95% passive income can be a reality. How? You may be wondering. How is this possible? It all comes down to building an online business where most of the revenue streams run on autopilot, with only minimal involvement needed from you. The key is that at the start it's hard work. There's a lot of time and effort put in to set up those systems, building the infrastructure, creating content, and figuring out what works. The key is that at the start it's hard work. There's a lot of time and effort put in to set up those systems, building the infrastructure, creating content, and figuring out what works. But once that foundation is built, the system starts running on their own and your income starts flowing. But here's the thing. Even after the system is set up, you still have to fine-tune it over time. And the good news is this fine-tuning session don't require crazy amount of time. But as I continued down this path, I realized something critical. Passive income doesn't mean you stop working. It doesn't mean you set it and forget it. Sure, the work required decreases over time, but there's always maintenance. You still have to monitor, optimize, and keep tweaking. It's an ongoing process. And the more you automate, the more you can scale. So, while you're not entirely free from work, you are not constantly battling fires either. The systems are already in motion, and your job becomes more about maintenance and optimization. In the end, you can build an online business where 90% of the work is automated. The remaining 10% is you staying involved, tweaking things here and there, making sure everything runs smoothly. In the end, you can build an online business where 90% of the work is automated. The remaining 10% is you staying involved, tweaking things here and there, making sure everything runs smoothly. This isn't a get-rich-quick story, but it's a real sustainable way to earn passive income. And the best part is, the more effort you put in at the beginning, the less you'll need to do down the road. That's the kind of freedom I'm working toward. And maybe, just maybe, it's the freedom you are looking for too. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Thank you. So, let's wrap it up. Does true passive income exist? The answer is in 95% yes, but only if you are willing to put in the right kind of work. Let's take a concrete example, one that I am currently working on. I'm building an online business. I figured out what I want to focus on: content creation and specifically video production. I've also come up with the name of my business and brand, Motion Flow Studio. Now, with this comes a range of services. YouTube consulting, mostly for small to medium businesses. Coaching programs focusing on brand building, video communication, and YouTube channel development and optimization. YouTube channel optimization and video optimization. And from time to time, I also be offering video editing and production services. Alongside these services, you'll be creating digital products like social media templates, video templates, LUTs, checklists, ebooks, B-roll footage, and more. Eventually, I launch video courses where we can share valuable knowledge. All of this needs to be built and these products need to be created. But that's just the beginning. On the top of that, I also need to set up a full sales funnel to make sure everything works smoothly. And here is where it gets really interesting. 70% of these services and digital products will be available within a community, and the remaining 30% will be free content. Content that drives people in and demonstrates the value of being part of that community. Or, as marketers call them, lead magnets. For that, I need to build the whole sales funnel. The lead magnet, where people get value and subscribe to the email list. Then an automated email sequence, delivering more value and from time to time promoting new products or services. Finally, the goal is to invite the most serious prospects into the community where they can access premium services and products, or even a monthly membership that gives them access to some of these resources. But I won't go into too much detail right now because we could get really deep into this and this video would become way too long. The important thing is, once this whole system is in place, then it's about fine-tuning. And thanks to automation, I won't need to do everything manually. All I have to do is set it up, connect everything in the right order, and then maintain and run the system. What this means is that it becomes a revenue stream that's partially automated and start generating income. However, as you can see, it's not completely passive. There will always be that 5 to 10% of work where you'll have to fine-tune things, adjust and generate leads, meaning getting people to the first step of the process. And this is where YouTube can play an amazing role. But as you may have noticed, even YouTube doesn't generate pure passive income. Why? Because you still need to manage the channel. You have to come up with video ideas, film them, edit them, optimize the videos, and publish them. Then even after the video is up, you need to be active in the comment section, moderating, answering questions, and engaging with your audience. So, even though YouTube is a great tool for generating income, it's not fully passive. It's only partially passive. So, is passive income really worth it? Yes, but not because you can stop working. It's worth it because you can work smarter, not harder. It's about setting up systems that continue to work for you even when you're not directly involved. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notification so you don't miss anything. Thank you. Returning to the original question, does true passive income exist? Well, let's be clear. 100% passive income doesn't exist, but here what does exist? Semi-passive income. And this is where it gets exciting, because semi-passive income is definitely achievable and totally worth investing your time to set up and automate as much as possible. Yes, even if it's only about 70% being passive, that still means you only have to spend about 30% of your time working on it. This means you can build a system that in the future will generate results with minimal effort. And once it's running smoothly, you can move on to build and launch another system. The key is setting up a machine that works efficiently while requiring less and less of your time over the long term. They could say, well, if investments are a form of a passive income, but unfortunately, that's not the case either. Even investments require you to build a portfolio first. You need to figure out your investor profile and learn how to invest or trade on the stock market depending on your goals. And even then, you need to fine-tune things over time, reviewing and adjusting every month, if not every week. Because, let's be real, it's not about throwing $1,000 in and waiting 40 years to see 4 million in your accounts. We are not going to dive into stock trading or investing here, because I'm neither a trader nor an investment advisor. I just find it interesting and I like to research it now and then. But that's another thing you need to keep refining as time goes on. So, to wrap it up, is passive income possible? Semi-passive income? Absolutely yes. It just requires setting things up properly, automating processes, and accepting that while you may not be fully hands-off, you will be able to build systems that free up a large chunk of your time. And that's where the real value lies. You may not have the 100% passive dream, but a 90% passive reality can be even better, giving you the space to grow, create new projects, and live on your own terms. After about 8 years of research, I can confidently say that passive income doesn't really exist. Not in the way that you create something once, and from that point on, it just churns out money with no further effort from you. My studies show that there's something closer to semi-passive income, ranging from 1 to 95%. Manual labor, for example, only generates income if you do it every day, and the knowledge and experience you gain over time determine how much you earn for the work you do. With passive income, it all comes down to how well we can put the system together and how efficiently we can run it to achieve outstanding results. And no, I don't chase full passive income anymore. Nowadays, I think in systems and aim to find the things I love and that bring me joy, and build systems around them. Systems that will bring me at least 80% passive income. I am on that path right now toward becoming an entrepreneur. A path where my money works for me instead of me working for my money. I'm building processes that will keep bringing results even when I am sleeping, even when I am traveling, even when I am working. These are systems that I can periodically fine-tune and optimize, making them more effective with each adjustment. And in the future, I may even outsource certain tasks and just enjoy the benefits of the system and all the fruits of the hard work I've put into building it step by step. I'm not there yet, truth. I don't live a luxury life, traveling the world. And that's not my long-term goal either. What I want is to do what I love, from wherever I want, whenever I want. I still have a long road ahead, full of challenges, but I embrace each one, looking forward to what's next with an open heart and mind. Often it's not easy, but that's what makes this journey beautiful. The journey toward becoming an entrepreneur. Join me on this path. I can't promise it will easy, nor then there won't be setbacks. There will be, but what I can promise is that I'll be here sharing everything I've learned and experienced with you in these videos. I am not an expert in anything, but I want to pass on everything I can from what I've lived, learned, and experienced. Remember, the road to the mountain top is through the valley. The path of the success is full of failures and challenges. But once you reach the summit, the view will make it all worth it. However, don't forget, it's not the destination that matters the most, but the journey itself, because that's how we become better people, better entrepreneurs. Subscribe to the channel and let's walk this journey together. Let's reach the summit of success together. Whatever success means to you, well, get there faster and more easily together than alone. Let's create the optimal environment for growth and uplifting community. Let this channel be a positive feedback loop for you as well. See you soon. Until then, forward to the top.